All right. So, many of you have been hearing that episode 3 will absolutely destroy the Star Wars lore forever. So, just two things that I've heard. And you can find this through several videos. You can find this now through certain outlets are starting to write about this. So, the third episode may possibly destroy Yoda's legacy in some form or fashion. But what I keep hearing over and over and over again from different videos, from Twitter and everything else, is that what's going to happen is that hashtag the Force is female. And I mean truly female. Not that it's female because, oh, we're focusing on females now in our movies and in our series. No, that the Force will literally be a female entity. That rhymed with the game. Bars. Now, I heard that it actually has some lore roots in it, but that's just like saying it was in the comics. Everything that was in the comics wasn't good. Everything that's in any lore or books or whatever isn't always good. And we know Disney's agenda. So if we can find any way to woke it up, we will. So from what I understand is that, and don't quote me on everything, but this is from what I understand, because I listen to a lot of videos as I go throughout the day, And there were once 3 parts of the Force, or there are 3 parts of the Force, right? The Father, the Son, and the Daughter. And apparently there was some type of conflict between these different parts of the Force, and the female is the living force. Surrounds us. And the living force is somehow trapped somewhere. And when the dark side, the pendulum swings in favor of the dark side or something like that, that's when she gets out or something. It's something like that. Trust me, you can find all this stuff online and it'll be easy for you to find. Go to that part place or check out a few other videos online. Just look up episode 3, female force entity. Just look it up. You will find the videos and everything. So, that's what I'm mainly hearing. So, part of me just really doesn't care. But part of me is just like, so intrigued. I'm just like, oh, wow. You are absolutely digging this grave. You are gonna die. I'm gonna die on this female hill. It's so interesting to see. Like I told you, man, it just reminds me of just a mad scientist just talking about his findings on sin. What Disney has done is they have changed something that mainly attracts the men to trying to attract the women. In this process, they have alienated most of their fans. They have lost millions of fans. They have lost billions of dollars. Now listen, they will continue to do this process, even though it is destroying all of their IPs. It is so fascinating. They have the fans fighting among themselves. They're losing money. They're losing subscribers. People are fleeing from the very parks that built their wealth. Yet they continue absolutely fascinating. This is what's going on. And that mad scientist right here studying Disney inside of me is just, it's fascinating. And when it's done being fascinating to me, I will no longer follow anything that Disney puts out, as well as all the other brands that are destroying their IPs. But right now, it's just like, look, we all know what the true fans like. We all know what the true fans like, okay? We all know what the true fans love. We have separated the good years, okay, from the bad years. That is no part of us. We still have that. We'll always have that. And make sure you got all your DVD hard copies, because you know they'll change streaming crap in the future. They'll put words in or take words out, or lines in, lines out. They'll change scenes, they'll cut scenes. Yeah, I don't trust it at all. So, true Star Wars fans, okay, you hear me? We're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. And even if we enter these dark Sith times where they continue to destroy it, we can still always reminisce about the golden age of Star Wars. We lived through it. We experienced it. And we are the true fans. Don't you ever forget it. Speaking of a true fan, I sent a message to to Star Wars Theory. I feel worse for him than I do about myself, because he's a bigger fan of Star Wars than a ton of us. And he's definitely a bigger fan than me. And I know it hurts him more at his core than it does even me. You know, so it is what it is. If this is true, they're continuing to ride the woke bandwagon. They're going to ride it into the dirt. They are literally hammering nail. You hear that hammering? That's the nails going into the Disney coffin for all of this stuff, man. It's insanity. I don't get it. And what's the funny thing is about this is that, you know, if George had introduced something like this years ago, nobody would have had an issue with it at all. You know, the fans don't have a problem with female heroes, or anyone that's non-white being heroes. They've never had a problem with that. It's just that now these companies are virtue signaling so hard. It's just so easy to see, you know. People get those confused looks on their face, like, you know, when Biden was like, "You don't vote for me, you ain't black." What? Huh? So much of these decisions make us go, huh? What? Huh? What are you talking about? What are you doing? You know what I mean? You know what? And it makes me think about how, you know, they're pushing all this stuff, and like, entertainment has been diverse for decades. And as a matter of fact, you know, I was thinking about the other day, I was thinking about how, like, with certain parts of the LGBTQ community, like, they'll jump on companies for, like, say there'll be a gay character in a show. And because it's played by a straight actor, that's a problem. Gay actors and actresses have been playing straight characters for decades, and nobody said nothing about it. Why would they give such pushback to straight characters playing gay characters? It's called acting, you know, so whatever. Just one of the things that I thought about, you know, in all of this, but it doesn't matter. It's all going down in flames. Make sure you all get your physical copies of all television shows and all movies that you love. Because if everything continues to go this way, they are going to destroy everything that we love. And boy, oh boy. Post comments down below. Let me know what y'all thought. If you believe this rumor, put a 1 in the chat. They always say put a 1 in the chat. No. If you believe this rumor, type believe. If you do not believe, type hoax. Okay? Believe? No. Type believer. And if you do not believe, type hoax. 10 million subscribers.